Alright, I'm going to show you how to make a working jump scare for your fan game. Basically, you want to go to my server. You can join it in the comments. But in here, you got a lot of stuff. You got you can sell models if you get approved. I have models here. I got some free stuff in here, more to come, and a bunch of scripts and packages and effects. So the ones that you're gonna need right now, you're gonna need the monster near effect, so you can download that. And you're also gonna need the monster AI stuff, and you're gonna need Photon. I'm assuming you already have Photon set up, but if you don't, the Photon stuff's right here. So basically, you want to download Monster Navigation and Teleport Real Player. That's kind of just it's kind of all you're gonna need. So now, basically, you're going to, I'll just make a new one. You're gonna want to make a cube. I'm just gonna pretend that this cube is a monster. So you wanna probably set the layer to monster or whatever you want your monster to be. So I'm gonna name this monster tut because I'm not gonna use this actually. Okay, so now on your monster, you have a normal box collider, but you're also gonna want to add another box collider. I'll explain that. So you just want to have two, but you want to have one that is trigger. So scale up the one that has is trigger. So that's kind of just gonna be a trigger. So you want to edit the collider of that. So for the first box collider, you're gonna want to go to edit collider, and you just want to make this kind of the same scale as your monster, or whatever you want the kind of jump scare radius to be. And then you want to set the other one to and then you want to set it to is trigger. For this, this is just gonna be a collider, so it's just gonna be kind of what the monster collides with. And then here is just gonna be the actual box collider. Alright, so you wanna, if you have the monster layer set to monster, then you want to, on the actual monster collider, you want to set include layers to everything and exclude layers to right hand, left hand. But I would also recommend just keeping it on default so you don't have to do this stuff. And then so now that you got these two set up, this is gonna be the jump scare trigger, and the other one's gonna be normal. You're gonna want to obviously texture, animate, whatever you want to do. But so this is kind of the basic, and then you're gonna want to add the teleport girl player script. Above that, you want to put the monster navigation script. So you'll notice that it's gonna need something called agent here. That's gonna be basically the AI of the monster. So you're gonna want to add a nav mesh agent, and then so I'm gonna disable these so you can see better. But basically, for this, you see, you're gonna have this little cylinder in the middle, and then you're gonna want to edit the offset, which is gonna change the height of it, where it's at, and then if you change the height, it's gonna tell how tall it is, and then the radius is how big it is. So mine's perfect because it's a cube, but you want to edit that just to make sure that it's like perfectly aligned at the bottom and the top with your model. Doesn't have to be perfect, but it's just going to be kind of where the monster kind of collides. And then I would recommend for the speed, I'd recommend 3.5, I'd recommend 100, and for acceleration I'd recommend like 6. And you also want to have auto braking on, high quality, and make sure it's on humanoid. So now that you got the basic stuff done, you want to go to detection range. Basically, the detection range on the monster navigation. That's gonna be where the monster's gonna detect you, kind of. If that makes sense. So if the player enters here, the monster will detect them here. So I think just something, whatever you want, fits good. Speed, wandering, I'd recommend 2 to 3, like 3 for me, and I'd say 6. I'd do 5.5. And then the nav mesh agent, we just made one, so I'm going to drag that in to the nav mesh agent right there. And then you're going to see something called point. This is where the monster is going to go when it has no one to chase. So you're going to want to create an empty game object, name it points or whatever you want to call it. And then you want to create another empty under that and name it point, and then paste it as many times as you want. So you got point, point 1, point 2. And then you want to scatter those around the map, because that's kind of where it's going to wander. I just set up a couple, and I set one in there, because my nav mesh isn't baked so the monster can go over there, but I'll just show you what happens if it can't reach the point. Now, you got the monster, over that, and then I recommend locking this. So I'm going to lock that up there. And then go to, it says points, then you want to select the 3 points that you made. You don't want to select the actual parent, you just want to select the points. Drag that into points. And then, now you can unlock the tag string. You see something called tag string. This is going to be what tag it, this is what tag it's going to chase. So you're going to want to go to your gorilla player and make sure it has the player tag. And then you're going to go back to your monster and set the tag to player exactly, which it already is, but just showing you. And then now for the jump scare. It's going to say teleport gorilla player. So basically, teleport gorilla player, you want to drag in gorilla player to gorilla player. Then objects to disable, it's going to be a map, so you want to drag in your map. So for me, this is my map. It's going to disable the object so it doesn't collide. You don't collide with anything when you get jump scared. And then you got that done. Now basically teleport location. You're going to want to create another empty anywhere you want and put it somewhere. So for me, my respawn point is over there, just for me. But you just put the respawn point wherever you want, drag that respawn point to the respawn teleport location. And now the teleport time, that's how long your jump scare is going to be. I recommend anywhere from 0.8 to 1 second. I'm going to do 0.8 for this one, just for a test. Okay, and now the teleport overlay. The teleport overlay is going to be, you're going to want to make, I'll just give you a basic one, but I'll show you how to make good animated jump scares later. So the teleport overlay is going to be, so if you go to game, you're going to want to drag that. You're going to want to invert a cube. You're going to drag that under main camera. So if I enable it, it's a black inverted cube under main camera, so it looks pitch black. So that's kind of going to be a jump scare. So I'm just going to name it cube.js. So that's basically kind of going to be just the basic. You want to make sure that's, you also want to make sure that's disabled, because it'll enable itself for a second or however long the jump scares for the. It'll enable itself just to fix it. Now you want to go to monster, the monster that you made. Go down, and then you want to drag in that cube under main camera to the teleport overlay. Now the teleport sound, that's going to be a jump scare sound. So you just put that to whatever you want the jump scare sound to be. And now, that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. So I'm gonna give you a sphere volume. That's just gonna be this effect. It's gonna give you. You can find that right down at the bottom of my server. So right here, near effect monster. It's a Unity package, and you want to import that prefab, whatever you want, and you want to drag that onto your monster. So if it's separate, then you just want to copy component to that volume. Go to your monster. Then you want to go to transform, paste component as new. So now you're going to have a volume under here. It's going to say volume needs a collider enabled. So you want to enable a collider, right? And then this is just going to be your vignette collider. I can delete that now. So you want to drag that in. You got the collider set up. You get the post-process volume. So when you get in here, and then the collider is kind of just going to be your actual monster collider. So that's it's kind of what you gotta do, or you can just drag it in separate, and then I'll just show you how to do it separate for now. So to do this effect, when you get close to the monster, you're gonna want to drag in the sphere volume that I gave you right here. You want to drag that in under your monster. I'd recommend unpacking. It doesn't do anything, but just unpacks it from the prefab. And then, so you're gonna notice the effect is really big. You don't want it to be this big. So what you're gonna want to do is go to the position on your sphere volume, set it to 0, 0, 0, 0, and set the scale to 1 overall. Set it to 1. And then you want to scale it up to whatever you want, however close you want to be. I'll just do that for now. And then you can mess with the effects. I just gave you my personal effect. I just changed it to a package, so you just want to import that package. But looks pretty good now. So you can mess with the settings. You can change the color in the color filter. Okay, so now that's the effect done, and everything else should be done. So you just want to double check, make sure everything kind of matches up with mine. Make sure everything's set. I don't have a jump scare sound because my jump scare's not ready yet. I'm gonna disable my other monster. Also, shout out to Sunny Boy for making this map. It's a game me and him working on. But I've been busy and he's doing so much. So W. So now the jump scare and everything should work. Sorry, I forgot to mention under your sphere volume. Basically, you're gonna notice that your hands can collide with that. So you want to go down on your sphere volume, go to the sphere collider on it, and then you want to set the exclude layers to left hand and right hand. So whatever your left and right hand colliders are. Sorry, your left and right hand layers are. That's that done. So now you just want to go to play mode and everything should work if you did it right.